From rivals to romantics, Dylan Wang and Bai Lu's fictional feud turned fairytale in a new drama. In the ever-expanding world of Chinese dramas, stories of love rarely come easy. Audiences crave the spark of conflict, the depth of emotional battles, and the eventual triumph of affection over all odds. In a daringly fresh fictional concept, Dylan Wang and Bai Lu, two of China's most magnetic stars, step into roles that showcase not just their charisma, but their ability to weave emotional tension into cinematic gold. This is the story of how their characters, born from clashing personalities in a retreat setting, transformed from rivals to soulmates, giving rise to a drama that fans would dream about for years, The Fire and the Frost. The fictional drama begins at a leadership retreat in the countryside, where rising executives, artists, and intellectuals are brought together under one roof to rediscover balance and creativity. The retreat, perched on a misty mountain and surrounded by tranquil lakes, promises peace and renewal. But for Dylan's character, Li Shun, peace is the last thing on his mind. A fiery entrepreneur, brimming with ambition and a flair for dominance, he arrives with the sole purpose of proving himself. His hot-tempered determination quickly makes him the loudest voice in the room. Enter Xu Qian, Bai Lu, a composed yet sharp-witted strategist. Known for her icy demeanor and precision, she believes actions matter more than words. Where Li Shun burns like fire, Xu Qian freezes with her silence, and soon, the clash is inevitable. From the very first day, sparks fly, but not the romantic kind. Their arguments over leadership tasks, debates about strategies, and the sheer refusal to yield turn the retreat into a battlefield of wit, sarcasm, and tension. The drama captures their feud through a series of increasingly heated moments. The debate scene. During a group challenge to pitch a charity initiative, Li Shun insists on a bold, flashy plan to draw maximum attention. Xu Qian counters with a quiet but sustainable approach. Their debate grows so intense that the facilitator has to intervene, but the smirks exchanged between them suggest the fight has only begun. The obstacle course, a physical retreat activity, forces them into the same team. Their bickering nearly causes them to lose, yet their combined skills somehow push them over the finish line. Instead of celebrating, they continue blaming each other, though the audience notices subtle admiration flickering in their eyes. The Silent War. When assigned to share a cabin, their Cold War reaches new heights. Li Shun leaves notes on the table mocking Xu Qian's obsession with order, while she rearranges his scattered belongings with military precision, an unspoken battle that both frustrates and secretly entertains them. The retreat that was meant to foster harmony ends up fueling rivalry, and the chemistry between them crackles with undeniable energy. As the drama progresses, viewers begin to see cracks in their icy hostility. One rainy evening, Xu Qian gets caught outside during a storm, her ankle twisted on the slippery stone path. It is Li Shun, ever brash but unable to ignore someone in need, who finds her, scoops her up without hesitation, and carries her back to safety. Their heated exchange afterward, her accusing him of being reckless, him teasing her for being stubborn, carries a warmth neither expected. Later, during a personal reflection exercise, Li Shun overhears Xu Qian sharing a story of how she grew up under immense pressure, her ice a shield against constant expectations. For the first time, he sees the vulnerability beneath her calm exterior. Meanwhile, Xu Qian notices how Li Shun, despite his fiery arrogance, struggles with loneliness, a boy who always had to fight to be heard. These revelations slowly shift their dynamic. Arguments remain, but they become layered with curiosity, even care. Audiences begin to root for their rivalry to evolve into something deeper. The pivotal shift arrives during the retreat's climactic challenge, organizing a cultural night for the local villagers. Forced once again to collaborate, Li Shun and Xu Qian's clash reaches its peak. Yet, in the chaos of planning, they discover their strengths complement one another. Xu Qian's meticulous planning ensures smooth logistics, while Li Shun's boldness draws crowds and enthusiasm. Together, they create an unforgettable night filled with laughter, lanterns, and shared joy. And under the starlit sky, with lanterns floating above the lake, their banter softens into something tender. Li Shun, usually all bravado, admits in a rare moment of honesty, "Maybe I fight with you because you're the only one who can keep up with me." Xu Qian, hiding her smile, replies, "Or maybe you just like losing to me." The rivalry has turned into playfulness, the tension into attraction. Fans watching this fictional drama would feel their hearts race, the enemies to lovers trope at its finest. From that night onward, their relationship blossoms into a slow-burn romance, filled with small gestures and unspoken feelings. The coffee scene, Li Shen, known for mocking Xu Qian's obsession with routine, quietly leaves her favorite coffee on her desk. She doesn't acknowledge it, but the faint smile as she sips speaks volumes. The lecture hall moment. During a seminar, Xu Qian defends Li Shen's fiery ideas against critics, surprising even herself. He watches her with a softened gaze, realizing she sees more in him than anyone else ever has. The dance under lanterns. At the retreat's farewell party, the two finally share a dance. The camera lingers on their hands, once locked in battles, now holding each other gently, a visual metaphor for their transformation. The fire and the frost, once sworn enemies, have found harmony in each other's extremes. The fictional drama between Dylan Wang and Bai Lu resonates not only because of its riveting storyline, but because of the actors themselves. Dylan, with his natural intensity and charm, embodies the fiery Li Shen with ease, while Bai Lu's elegance and razor-sharp emotional depth bring Xu Qian's icy resilience to life. Together, they create a pairing that feels electric, a dance of contrasts that makes the eventual romance all the more satisfying. The feud-turned-fairytale is a narrative arc that audiences can't resist, especially when portrayed with such authenticity. The drama closes with Li Shen and Xu Qian returning to their lives outside the retreat. Though challenges remain, they carry with them the lessons learned that love is not the absence of conflict, but the willingness to grow through it together. The final episode delivers a heartwarming moment. Xu Qian, once so composed, surprises Li Shen with a bold gesture of affection, pulling him into a kiss in front of their peers. His stunned expression melts into laughter, and for once, he doesn't need to win because love is the only victory that matters. Audiences are left with tears, laughter, and the undeniable satisfaction of watching two rivals become lovers in a story that celebrates growth, vulnerability, and the unpredictable magic of human connection. Romantics. Dylan Wang and Bai Lu's fictional feud-turned-fairytale would be the kind of drama that dominates conversations, spawns endless fan edits, and leaves viewers replaying their favorite scenes for years. The fictional drama opens with breathtaking aerial shots of the misty mountain retreat, wooden cabins tucked between towering pines, a crystal lake shimmering below, and a courtyard designed for group challenges. It's a haven of calm for most participants. But for Li Shen, Dylan Wang, calm is suffocating. He arrives late, sunglasses on, rolling his luggage with a swagger that instantly disrupts the peaceful vibe. Meanwhile, Xu Qian, Bai Lu, is already seated in the main hall, notebook open, pen perfectly aligned with the paper's edge. Her quiet focus radiates discipline. The moment Li Shen bursts in, tossing his bag onto a chair with a thud, her eyes flick up with a barely concealed sigh. From that very first encounter, the battle lines are drawn. The retreat's first challenge is deceptively simple: design a team logo that represents unity. Li Shen dominates the discussion immediately, sketching bold flames on the whiteboard. "We need something powerful," he declares, his voice booming. "Something that grabs attention. Like fire." Xu Qian, calm but cutting, counters. "Fire burns out. What we need is endurance, stability. I suggest a mountain, steady and unshaken." Their teammates exchange awkward glances as the two go back and forth, their debate escalating into a duel of metaphors. Eventually, the facilitator cuts them off, merging fire and mountain into one design. But the audience knows this is only the beginning. A muddy obstacle course challenges participants to climb walls, cross ropes, and carry heavy loads as a team. Unfortunately for Xu Qian, she's paired with Li Shen. The scene is a masterclass in comedic rivalry. Li Shen charges ahead, refusing to slow down, only to realize he needs Xu Qian's support to lift a log. Xu Qian, methodical and precise, refuses to rush, driving him crazy. At the rope bridge, he mocks her caution. "Come on, Ice Queen, it's not that scary." She shoots back, "Better an Ice Queen than a reckless fool." The bickering nearly costs them victory until they grudgingly synchronize, crossing the final hurdle together. Instead of celebrating, they immediately start blaming each other. Yet, the spark of chemistry is undeniable. Perhaps the most entertaining subplot of Part 1 unfolds when Li Shun and Xu Qian are assigned to share a cabin. What ensues is a silent yet hilarious war of habits. Li Shun leaves his clothes scattered, claiming it's his system of freedom. Xu Qian neatly folds them and stacks them in the corner without asking. She organizes the books on the shelf alphabetically. He deliberately messes them up. He sets an alarm for dawn. She turns it off, muttering about unnecessary noise pollution. One night, Xu Qian finds sticky notes on her notebook. Scrawled in messy handwriting. "Loosen up, Ice Queen. Life isn't a checklist." She smirks and leaves her reply on his water bottle. Maybe try having one checklist. You might actually finish something. Audiences watching this fictional drama would eat it up, a war of quirks that is as endearing as it is frustrating. At the retreat's midpoint, participants are tasked with presenting a project idea. Li Shun pushes for a flashy charity concert with celebrities and media coverage, while Xu Qian argues for a quiet scholarship fund that builds lasting change. Their debate, staged in front of everyone, becomes a fiery verbal duel. Li Shun, voice booming. "Big problems need big solutions. We have to inspire people." Xu Qian, calm but piercing. "Inspiration without substance is just noise. We need actions that last longer than your fireworks." The room holds its breath as their words cut deeper, yet beneath the tension lies an unspoken respect. They're the only two who can truly challenge each other. While Part 1 is dominated by their rivalry, the writers cleverly plant moments that hint at what's to come. One evening, Xu Qian finds Li Shun by the lake, tossing stones into the water. He jokes about beating her in the next task, but when pressed, he admits softly, "I've always had to shout to be heard. If I don't fight, no one notices me." Xu Qian watches him quietly, the ice in her eyes thawing just a little. Later, he overhears her telling another participant, "I don't mind people thinking I'm cold. Cold means I don't break." For the first time, they glimpse the person behind the mask. The fire and frost aren't enemies after all, they're shields. The brilliance of Part 1 lies in the balance between conflict and comedy. Dylan Wang's natural charm makes Li Shun's arrogance magnetic rather than insufferable, while Bai Lu's razor-sharp wit ensures Xu Qian always holds her ground. Their rivalry is written with layers. Comedic tension, cabin wars, sarcastic notes. Emotional undercurrents, moments of vulnerability, mutual admiration hidden beneath the fights. Fans who love the enemies-to-lovers trope would be hooked. Every eye roll, every sarcastic remark, every accidental brush of hands in their battles only builds anticipation for the eventual romantic payoff. Part 1 ends with a dramatic turning point. During a stormy night, Xu Qian twists her ankle on a slippery path. Li Shun finds her, soaked to the bone, and without a word, carries her back to the cabin. For once, their banter stops. He bandages her foot, hands trembling slightly, and murmurs, "You should have called for help." She looks at him, eyes softening. "You would have just teased me." The camera lingers on their shared silence, the storm raging outside, the tension between them shifting into something unspoken but undeniable. Audiences are left with a cliffhanger. Their feud is no longer just rivalry. Something deeper, more complicated, has begun. By expanding on the fiery rivalry of Part 1, the fictional drama paints a vivid picture of two people who clash not because they hate each other, but because they recognize something familiar in one another: passion, fear, and the desire to be understood. Every witty exchange, every argument, and every silent